Welcome back. Some say it's not talked about enough, yet a majority of new moms struggle with it. Postpartum mental health. Experts tell the advocates it's important for women to know there are treatments and support. Here's more as we advocate for your health. For decades, motherhood has often been portrayed as the most joyful time in a woman's life.
The dominant narrative around motherhood is that you're supposed to be able to, one, do everything, do it with a smile and do it with joy. And this is really supposed to be a happy period in your life.
Andrea Clark, the director of the Perinatal Mental Health Alliance for People of Color at Postpartum Support International, says many moms' new bundles of joy may come with tumultuous transitions.
A lot of people feel very alone. There's this real disconnect in this period of time when you're supposed to be experiencing this joy. And especially if, you've experienced a loss, like there's a lot of guilt associated with that. Women tend to blame themselves. Parents who experienced a perfectly healthy birth, but couldn't figure out why they weren't happy about that. It becomes this, there's something wrong with me because I cannot get myself to feel these feelings that you're supposed to feel as a new parent.
85% of women may experience mood disturbances, commonly known as postpartum blues, and up to 20% of women may experience mood disorders.
Postpartum depression is the one that's probably most talked about, but postpartum obsessive compulsive disorder, postpartum psychosis, postpartum anxiety, post-traumatic stress disorder, all of those are perinatal mood disorders. You might have heightened levels of anxiety. In some cases, you may feel as though you are hearing voices or hearing things or having these thoughts telling you to do something that would be harmful to yourself or to your child. Especially for birthing people who've experienced some sort of trauma during birth, you might have post-traumatic stress disorder, which is, marked by these recurring thoughts of what happened, bringing you back into the moment of the event and not being able to quite figure out how to cope with that.
Have you noticed that postpartum health differs across race in any way? And if so, how?
What happens with communities of color, you also have the always existing systemic issues that affect our everyday lives that are stressors anyway. So racism, xenophobia, and when you live at the intersection of both being a person of color and someone who happens to be identified as LGBTQIA or queer, the additional kind of discrimination and misunderstanding that you might face both within your local community, your family system, faith community, and then the healthcare system. When people of color voice these feelings, they talk about not feeling like themselves to their providers. They're not listened to, or their concerns are not taken as seriously. And because of that, a lot of times folks of color are hesitant to even speak up because it feels like in systems we're not given the benefit of the doubt.
Postpartum Support International offers a helpline and a directory of mental health professionals for in-person or virtual help.
We have a variety of virtual support groups. They're specific to LGBTQIA parents groups. We have a group for dads. We have groups for African American moms, for Southeast Asian parents, for Latinx folks. And so there's a variety. We have over 30. And if it's not you, but it's somebody who you love and you're concerned about, please reach out. Please reach out because those counselors and the helpline workers will be able to give you some direction as well.
Well, Andrea, this is such an important topic. Thank you for providing so much helpful information and resources as well. We thank you for joining us today.
Thanks so much, Sonia. Thanks for having me.
For more information, go to Postpartum Support International's website at postpartum.net.